Hello, hello, beautiful, blessed people. Bonjour, bonsoir, Kijonye. How are you all today? How is your heart? Not well. I am sending so much love your way. The time of me filming this, Mercury is going retrograde, so excuse any technological things we have going on here. I'm just kind of going with the flow. I just got off IG Live with my favorite reflector, Acknowledge Wellness, Carolyn at Acknowledge Wellness, reflecting on all things 2022 and talking about some of the energies and how we're feeling going into 2023, and we just reflected on all of it, and it was such a beautiful tea and tarot meditation and reflection. We did some tea meditation or water meditation, and then we flowed into some of the tarot pull and the energies of this time. And when we were there, we talked a lot, and the link will be in the bio. Excuse me. Mercury retrograde. We're giving ourselves grace. Okay, let me rewind that back because we're focusing on the reads, right? It will be in the description below. The tea and tarot discussion, or on my Instagram, which you can find below as well in the description. But during that chat, we talked a lot about 7 energy. Why? Because we as a collective are entering into a 7-year. 2023 is going to be a 7 collective year. Why? Because 2 plus 2 plus 3 equals 7, right? 2 plus 2 plus 3 equals 7. We are leaving our 6th year and entering into the 7-year. And my intention for coming here today is to talk about my personal 7-year. In numerology, 2022 was my 7 personal year. So I'm kind of a little bit of a year ahead of the collective. So I thought it would be perfect for me to share in this space. As a Zen Wellness Mama, it's my goal and my hope to kind of share my journey with you, to inspire some intuition and some just inspire you in general to dive a little bit deeper into your intuition. And so I'm sharing my intuitive wellness journey that is the 7 personal year, so that it can be hopeful for you as we all as a collective enter the collective's 7 year. So how do you get a 7 year, or how do you know what your personal year is? Well, let me tell you, and I just want to preface the amazing, amazing, amazing work of Rebecca Sladek, I believe her name is. Rebecca Solnick. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name, Rebecca. But she has been my numerologist, I guess you could say, for a couple of years now. And I've done my numerology. I get a yearly reading from her every year, and she's so fabulous. I met her through holisticism, and she taught a numerology class. And after that, I have been a student of hers for such a long time, as I love numerology, and she's such a fabulous teacher. Love all of her work. I'm subscribed to her Substack, her newsletter, all of the things. So if you're curious about numerology and you want to learn a little bit more, her link will be in the description below. Highly recommend that you book a reading with her, not only for your personal year, but you can also get a significant 6 reading, which is amazing. It'll show you about your in the significant 6. I don't know if she's still doing that, but when I got my significant 6 reading, I got to know my life path, my public persona, my maturity year, and as well as my yearly cycle. And so we did a yearly cycle reading. And in that yearly cycle reading, she talked about what is now 2022 and what was 2021. So I had the reading December 5th, 2021, and yeah. 7 years. We talked all about it. She gave me some tips and some tools. So a lot of the things that I will be mentioning is from my studies as a student of Rebecca's, and she actually came out with a book this year in 2022. So I highly recommend you all check this book out. It's called The Witch's Book of Numbers: Enhance Your Magic with Numbers by Rebecca. And so I will be talking all about the 7-year, and a lot of the things that I will be sharing here, I have learned from her and through this book. So I just wanted to preface that first. So how do you calculate your personal year number, right? So first, you need to know your birthday, which I hope you know. You don't need to know the full date, right? But because your full birthday will equal out your life path. So mine is May 23rd, 1988. So that makes me a 9 life path, which is all of the digits in my numbers added up. So how do you calculate your yearly cycle, right? So what is your number for 2022? And that will equal your yearly cycle. For me, my yearly cycle was 7. So how do I get that? The way that you get your yearly cycle is to add the month that you were born as well as the day that you were born to the current year. So for me, for example, I was born on May, which is 5, on the 23rd of May, which is 2 plus 3 is 5. So I would add 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 reduces down to 1, and we know that the collective 2022 year was 6. So 1 plus 6 is 7, okay? So if you were born on January 1st and you wanted to know what your yearly cycle was for 2022, you would add 1, which is January 1st, which is another 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. 2, the collective year, that is 6. So if you were born on January 1st in 2022, your yearly cycle would be 8 because 2 plus 6 is 8. Okay. Hope that's clear. Let me know below what this yearly cycle in 2022 was for you. For me, it was my 7 personal year. And so next year I will be entering 8. 2023 will be my 8 personal year, right? Because 2023 reduces down to 7, which is the collective 7 personal year. And then plus that 10 energy, which reduces down to 5, 7 plus 1 is 8. Right? So hope that is clear. Let me know below what your yearly cycle is, and if you've done it before, if it intrigues you, if you're looking to learn more. But being that I have traveled through the year 7, I thought it would be good to come on here and kind of share what came up for me. So during my reading with Rebecca, she gave me some tips and tools of what to look out for in a 7 personal year, and they were so helpful for me, and thought I'd share some of those with you all, as well as some examples of how a 7-year showed up for me, because I'm literally on the end of the cycle as the time of me recording it, and this is December 29th, 2022. So let's talk about the number 7 just in general, right? 7 is a highly spiritual number. There are 7 deadly sins. There are 7 days of the week. 7 is also kind of like the energy of initiation. Initiation could mean baptism by fire. It's also like a spiritual journey. Big initiation energy in the numbers in the 7-year. In astrology, we can think of Saturn. Saturn goes through 7-yearly cycles, right? And Saturn, when we go through Saturn cycles, they're normally like big shifts, which you can also think of as initiation. So we think of, kind of like that Saturn return time. That Saturn return time is kind of like initiation into adulthood, from childhood to adulthood. Like when you're around 28, you don't necessarily think that you're a child, but after your Saturn return, you realize that everything you thought prior may have been a little childish, and you're initiating into your own adulthood, your own beliefs, your own boundaries, right? In tarot, the 7 is associated with the Chariot, and I have some cards here, and Cancer as well. So 7 is the card of the year that is 2023. So the chariot has all to do with kind of like a direction. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where do you need to go? Making a decision, making a choice on where you need to go. And if you're looking more on some of the energies of the 7-year associated with this chariot energy, highly recommend, and I'll make sure that I link it below, is Wild Tarot of the Wild Soul. She recently did an episode with Jessica Liniano, and they talked all about the number 7, and well, not the number 7, but they talked all about chariot and the energy around chariot as it has to do with the number 2023. Also associated with 7 is the tower. So tower, the reason why I say that is because 1 + 6 = 7. So the tower energy, right? The breaking down of systems, but the tower energy also requires surrender, allowing the different systems to break down for that enlightenment, right? For that enlightenment, for that own spiritual seeking. So we might have some tower moments. We might feel some tower moments in this year. But it's all for our enlightenment. It's all for us to seek different ways. Sometimes we need to burn down old systems, right? We're thinking about that Saturn return. We're burning down old conditioning thinking, old boundaries, what our parents say, what our bosses say, all of that to create or to really come to the grounding of who we are as an adult going into adulthood. We have the 7 of Cups. And I talk about tarot because you know me, I'm a tarot girl. I love tarot. So I'm spending a little bit more time on this because it gives some great energies around how we can look at the 7-year or going into the 7-year. So we think of, we look at the 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups is daydreaming, options, options that can also block our creativity, right? If you looked at some of my past videos, sorry, it's so blurry. The 7 came up, the 7 of Cups came up a lot. 7 of Cups came up a lot. And it's all about these different energies, the different ideas. During the 7-year, we might be learning, seeking is the seeker is the archetype of the number 7. So we might see different things that we want to try out. We want to question different things, all these different options, right? That kind of might block our clarity in things. We're seeking, we're not really sure. We're like questioning, we're doing all of the things like and feeling on different things emotionally. And we look at the 7 of Pentacles. So the 7 of Pentacles is all about harvesting, planting seeds, and just like really harvesting. It's like, okay, where do we go from here? What, just really like tending to some of those thoughts. So we might go in isolation. We might really want to ponder and really think about what we're harvesting at this time, really what we're tending to at this time, and tending to our thoughts and tending to some of the things that we have around us. We think about the 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is all about the humility to stand up for what is yours. So it's really things that you're passionate about, things that light you up, things that you desire, Mars, right? Things that really, really, really you want to be on the hunt for. You want to go for. It's the humility. Look at him. He's like a little bit humble, but don't get him twisted because he will fight for what he believes in. So 7 energy is, I feel like, really fighting for and having the humility to stand up for what is yours. And also, so this is my Astro Matrix deck, and QR code if you want to check that out, 7 of Wands. But I couldn't find my 7 of Knives or 7 of Swords card in this Astro Matrix deck, but I have a new deck, my Black Tarot Ancestral Awakening Guidebook, and I just love the card that they have for the 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords is represented by the 7 of Knives. So speaking of defending what you kind of believe for and the humility to defend what is yours, 7 of Swords is fighting for what is yours too. And I just want to kind of like read a little bit of this because I think it's beautiful for this card and the 7 energy. A man stands ready to fight. Depending on the interpretation, he could be either attacking or defending. So attacking or defending, right? This card warns of the attacker acting from a lack of consciousness and making decisions that take advantage of others. Are you attacking or are you defending? So that's a great question to ask in the 7 personal year. So as different things arise, as we see all of these options, as we are seeing the harvest, as we are looking at all the cups, as we're trying to decide which direction to take, as things are crumbling down and we're being asked to enlighten and build things up with the Tower, are you attacking, what you believe maybe and what you're seeking? You're kind of like fighting, and it's like, this is my opinion, this is where I'm going. And we saw a lot of that, right, this year, like just like fighting on people's opinions. But are you defending? You're just like, okay, I'm rooted, I'm grounded. This is what I stand for, and I'm defending that no matter what, right? So that's kind of like the energies using tarot in around 7 using tarot. So in astrology, we kind of talked about Saturn. We also have Libra. Libra rules the 7th house of partnerships and committed partnerships. So we also have the energy of Libra in the 7th because it rules the 7th house. And we also have Cancer, as Cancer season usually falls in July, which is the 7th month of the year. And it also rules the card Chariot. Okay, what else can I say about the 7 energies? And sorry, I'm just looking at my notes here. Also really cool that she pointed out in the book was that 7 in the hero's journey, right? If you're familiar with the hero's journey, the 7th step on the journey is entering your innermost cave. And I think that's beautiful because 7 year was exactly that for me. This is a great segue. 7 was my year to enter my inner cave. I really tried to tune out the outside noise, to really tune in, to really get to understand what I believe. What is my spirituality? What do I'm really seeking and learning different things and that really aligned with me, not what everybody else wanted to say, what really, really, really aligned with me. And so that was for sure. I feel like on my own personal hero's journey, this was my inner cave moment, my inner cave to kind of block everybody out to go in. 7 is also a year of questioning and answering. So during my 7 personal year, I had a lot of questions. I had a lot of answers as well. So with that, questioning, what is my purpose? Like, why am I here? What do I want to do? And as I was questioning all of those things, Spirit gave me answers, and I'm so grateful. Gave me answers through different, and again, that seeker archetype, that being curious, being the student. In some ways that spirituality, right, around the number 7, some ways that Spirit gifted me with some of these answers was through scholarships. I was awarded a scholarship to do through my 300-hour yoga teacher training through Ignite Wellness, which was, I had my 200-hour yoga teacher, I did my 200-hour yoga teacher training, and it was good, but I thought it was good, yeah, and I knew that I wanted to, yoga has been so beneficial for me in my personal wellness, intuitive wellness journey. And I definitely wanted to share that with Collective, but I still didn't feel good about teaching. And then lo and behold, actually Carolyn with Acknowledge Wellness, she took her 300-hour with Ignite Well. I'll put their information down below, and she shared with me about a scholarship opportunity. And so of course I applied and I was awarded a scholarship. So through that 300-hour yoga teacher training, it was all about the roots of embracing the roots of yoga. So where did yoga come from? Marginalized communities, right? the African and the Asian community. That's where yoga came from. So really getting into the root of that, seeking and getting those answers that I needed. Yeah. Like I really sought and I really wanted to do yoga teacher, teach yoga, but something wasn't feeling right to me. And I was able and I got the answers through this yoga teacher training, and I'm so grateful. Also, which was a scholarship that I was awarded, and another answer that Spirit gave to me was a scholarship for my doula training. So so many things during this year has kind of been brought to my attention, just kind of pushing me towards being a doula, and where I want to focus my doula work and my birth sister work is preconception as well as conscious parenting. And some of the birthing and some of the birthing process, I'll see where that leads me, but I was so grateful for Spirit to bring me this scholarship opportunity with this amazing, amazing, amazing doula program called Sister Midwife Productions. And with Nicole, which was the teacher who led this course, it was rooted in spirituality, which I loved. We talked about the spiritual aspects of birth, of birthing, of doula work, of birth sister work. And that was another way that Spirit gifted me such a beautiful answer to what am I here for? What is my mission? My mission is to be a Zen wellness mama, to be a doula, to be a birth sister, to be a support of women, of marginalized communities, of specifically Black women, to help them through the major transitions in life, through preconception, through pregnancy, through the most loneliest of times is that postpartum phase, to be someone that they can call on, that can lean on when going through these major transitions, not only for birthing, but transitions into an afterlife. So I do not only want to be a doula for moms who are planning on birthing a human into this world, but plant moms, anybody dog moms, anybody that's going through a major transition in life is really my goal, is to be that supportive wave of love, equanimity, and support, to be that doula that they can count on. And I'm so grateful for the grounding tools like my yoga teacher training and my doula teacher training. So when I had all of these questions, Spirit was able to gift me with some of these beautiful answers. So let's see, what else do I want to share about my 7 personal year? Yeah, it's an initiation process too, like just thinking about initiations and thinking about the energy and the number 7 being so spiritual. Whew. I have gone on a spiritual journey, I will say, during my 7 year. I started off the year really like questioning where I was at, where I am currently on in my spiritual journey, leaving Christianity. Well, not leaving Christianity, but really looking at and reevaluating Christianity and exploring different spiritual systems and exploring different religious systems. And I did an amazing Reiki session. And during my Reiki session, Reiki/mediumship session with Adrienne with Hail in the Waters, I'll make sure to link their information below. They really spoke to me and said that, my ancestors were really telling me to explore spirituality more, explore our roots and our spirituality more. And I'm Haitian, and one of the biggest, if not the biggest religion, I know there's 2 big religions in Haiti, one being voodoo and one being Catholicism. And so I am a seeker by nature. I am a student of life. I never really felt called to initiate into anything, to join any sorority or fraternity. Like, I just love learning. I love learning all religions, all things. And during the session, she was mentioning that my ancestors want me to go a little bit deeper. And then right after that session, there was a course that was answered, actually an answer to my question all about ATR's African Traditional Religions 101 by Chantrell, who is the director of In Our Mother's Garden. And I love In Our Mother's Garden. It's a documentary on Netflix, which I highly recommend everybody check out, especially if you're a Black woman, especially if you have, some type of relationship with your mother. It's a beautiful documentary that speaks on the relationships, dynamics between mothers and daughters, especially Black mothers and daughters. So definitely check that out. But I love her work, and she came out with this course like shortly after I had this medium session. So we went in deep. Okay, we went in all the way deep on African traditional religions, where it strives from, where it comes from, the diaspora, right? Like all of these different things. We explored Lukumi, we explored Ifa, we explored Haitian Voodoo, all of these different religions. And talk about a spiritual journey. So many different things. The question that I had, okay, where do I go from here, was answered to me. And so I say all of that to say, and now I was able to journey and do a beautiful journey at Buku Hoodoo, which is, I joined the Patreon, which is the Buku Hoodoo. I'll also link that below if you're curious and wanting to learn more about African traditional religions. It's a great book club where we come together and we read different African spirituality books and learn about the religion together and question and answer. So this might be a great thing if you're curious and you're just not sure where to start, to join in this 7-year of seeking. But she had her first annual Buku Hoodoo Fest, and I was able to travel to New Orleans, which was definitely a spiritual pilgrimage for me. We got to tour the Whitley plantation. We got to do oh my gosh, I can't even begin to describe how powerful that journey was for me. And as a result, so many things since I've come back from New Orleans, things have never been clearer for me, like my mission and what I'm here to do, everything, because this happened in October. So after that, in November and going into December, I feel like this whole year was the trip to New Orleans was such a beautiful initiation into encapsulate exactly what I'm here to do. So not only with the seeking, I was able to get all of the answers, and the answers led me to where I am, to how I can embody and really be empowered going into my 8-year, going into that 8-year of embodiment, of empowerment, of infinity, right? Because 8 on its side is infinity. Let me just see here what the archetype and the energy is, because that will be 2024. That will be what you all are entering, or what we all are entering in 2024, and what I will be entering in 2023, because 2023 will be my 8th personal year. So let me just pull here and see the archetype that she has for 8, the powerhouse. So from what we have seen, what we have really seeked and sought out, how can we take some of that energies, and how can we take some of those answers that we've gotten in our 7-year, which will be 2023, to move us into the powerhouse year that will be 2024, right? So that's just a little bit of kind of what came up for me. And again, let me know below, like, what you are most excited about, some of the questions that you'll be asking. What are you seeking? And speaking of questions and answers, let's talk about some of the questions that you can ask yourself in a 7-year. What do you believe in? Again, spirituality, right? What do you believe in? If it's not spirituality, it might not be God. It might be like the plants. It may be the universe. It may be, God. It may be Jehovah. It may be, what do you believe in? Really get clear on what you believe in, okay? What you believe in, not what your mother believe in, not what your father believe in, not what your pastor's telling you to believe in. What do you believe in? You personally, what do you believe in? What are you curious about? What do you want to explore? What do you want to tap into more? How can you get more into that seeker archetype? What role does spirituality play in your everyday life? So for me, the role spirituality plays in my everyday life is waking up, being in touch, in tune with my ancestors, with my angels, with my spiritual team. I ask them for guidance on my everyday life. I ask them to speak to me through the cards. That's the role that spirituality plays in my life, right? What practices can keep you grounded in your faith? So what practices can keep you grounded in your faith? So for me, going to my altar, tending to my altar, pouring a little bit of cinnamon in for abundance. Those are different simple practices that keep me grounded in my faith. Reading the Bible, opening the Bible, doing rituals, doing spells, daily devotion, all of those keep me grounded in my faith. So those are some questions to explore during a 7-year, maybe journal around if you really journal around. These are really not questions to really pull tarot cards around, because you really want to get into what you want, right? Not what are the guides and spirits really saying. What do you want? Really tune into yourself. Maybe do a meditation, get clear, clean out your chakras, clear out your chakras, activate your chakras, and then tap into some of these questions. If you're interested on a 7-year spread, get the book, because she's got one. She's got a 7-year spread. So I love this book. And I'm so thankful for her. We just wrapped up my 8 personal year reading, and I'm so excited for what's to come. And yeah, I think that's about it. Let's see. Do I want to do anything else? Okay, so I will leave you all with, because I gotta leave you all with something, right? I will leave you all with Book Divination. We're talking about getting clear with you. What do you want? What do you want to seek? What questions do you want to put out there? What answers do you want to receive from the universe, right? From spirit, from God, whatever, whoever you believe in. This is the year of seeking questions and answers and tapping into your spirituality. But what we want to be grounded in ourselves. We want to be grounded in our own light. So I have this book, and I want to do some bibliomancy to leave you all with. And this is The Light is the New Black by Rebecca Campbell, a guide to answering your soul's calling and working with your light. And we did some book divination with this in our tea and tarot meditation pool thingy, IG live, with Carolyn. And so I will do another one with the collective today. So for anybody finding this YouTube video, Spirit, please help me share a message of what they need to know as we all enter the 7 collective year. Yeah, I think that's great. I think that's a great message. Okay, so the message is, to everyone else, it looks like a single leap, but in reality, it was 100 little baby steps. So what I really see, I feel, is the message that Spirit's saying here. You may feel like you want to leap, take a big leap into initiation, take a big leap into spirituality when you see all of these different options around you, But Spirit's really saying it takes 100 baby steps. It may seem like a leap, but it takes 100 little baby steps. So take it slow by slow. Seek, get an answer, let it sit with you. How does it sit with me? Does it feel good? Okay, let me move on to the next step. Does it not feel good? Okay, let me release and seek some more, right? So when we enter this 7 collective energy, we're going to see a lot of spirituality shit out here in these streets. Really take what resonates. You hear this all the time, and leave behind what doesn't. You might want to leap into, what they're feeding you out here in these streets. Even with what I'm saying, don't take it all. Don't leap into all of these things. Take it bit by bit, step by step. Let it sit. Take that step. Take a pause before you take that next step. Does it feel good? Do I want to keep stepping forward, or do I want to pause, or do I need to take a step back, right? That's the energy that Spirit's really telling us in this year. Before we take a step forward, pause. Think about that little step. Don't just take a big leap, okay? Don't take a big leap and head towards, It takes a while to rebuild your tower. We gotta enlighten, right? Different things are gonna fall. Different things are gonna burn. Let's not rush. Let's not rush. Go full force. Because the Chariot, a lot of people, in the, Jessica Liniano talked about this in that episode of the Wild Tarot. Sorry if I'm getting the names wrong. The Chariot may look like it's going, but it's actually kind of like in full armor. Like, I'm in full armor. I'm ready to take this on and I'm ready to go, but I need to decide where I want to go, right? So before we go full blown in action, full blown, put your armor on and really decide your values. What do I need to ground in? Get clear on your values. Get clear on your values before we enter in 2023. I don't even want to talk about their astrology right now, but get clear on your values because we're going to need that as we enter into 2023, okay? Or 2024, excuse me. So that is all that I will share with you today. I thank you so much for spending time with me. Let me know if this resonated below. Let me know what you're looking most forward to in this collective 7-year. Let me know below what your personal year is in 2023, and what you're looking forward to. If you want to connect with me, my information will be below. If you like this, go ahead and really like it. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit the notifications on my bell if you like my vibe, if you like this Zen wellness space. And it's really my goal I'm a 3/6 in human design. I'll be putting out more human design content, more human design readings, oracle messages from spirit based on your human design chart. So if that interests you, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and meet me back in the Zen wellness space when I come out with a new video, because I am entering my powerhouse year and I'm really feel like spirit's really asking me to show up in a powerful way. And now that I've received the questions and answers, I feel really, really, really good about showing up and being that powerhouse. So join my journey if that vibes with you, and sending so much love to you. Happy Independence Days to all my Zoes out there. You got your soup, your moon on the stove. You getting your ingredients, your items ready. Bon Makaya to everybody out there. Happy New Year, happy Kwanzaa, happy all of the things, right? Sending so much love, and I'll catch y'all in 2024.